मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दसागरं परमानन्दमाधवम्. Hari Om. Welcome to you all in evening sadhana session, evening satsang session. So, in the series of 4 pillars of successful life, today we will be discussing the fourth one. All right. So, we have discussed about Sanyam, and you remember it, the self control or whatever factors possible. Sadhana, paying attention to activities you do in daily life. Seva, the service with no attachments. And today, now, we will be discussing the last pillar, and that is Swadhyaya, the most interesting subject. Why I'm saying most interesting, you'll get to know. See, there is a general understanding about Swadhyaya. Well, I shall first make you understand. Just as an information, Swadhyaya again is a word from Sanskritam. In Hindi, we call it as Swadhyaya itself. All right. But in English, in a normal, in a general understanding, we call it as self-study. All right. But today we will be understanding that no, it is just not self-study. Rather it is much deeper than that. All right. So, general aspect about Swadhyaya is the self-study. All right. But when we say self-study, study of what? Now you are a person who is done with his, the academics part, and now you are into your profession, doing whatever, you know, jobs you have gotten or wanted to do, you are into. All right. Sometimes maybe you do, you know, not what you wanted, but what you got. So, which is fine. So, somehow or the other, you are doing something, right? And done with the academics. Now, how this self study comes in affair for you? And what does that mean in your context? All right. So, well, when you say this, that now, how is it concerned to me doing self study? Well, of course, anyone can do in any age. So, once we correlate to this, like considering it as Swadhyaya as self study, it refers to develop association with good books, all right, which can bring tremendous change in life. Like in whatever profession you are, or whichever kind of your choices or likes or dislikes are, accordingly you can choose. Fine. For a person into politics, most probably, most likely, he or she would be like, interested into gaining more experience and knowledge and information from that background. But for a person into profession of something which is related to medicine, would be most likely to, interested. I'm just assuming it. It may be, you know, something different also. Okay, because sometimes it happens that okay, fine, you are into chemistry field, working as a chemist or producing that or whatever, but your interest is to read scriptures. So it may happen. Fine. So as per your likes dislikes, you can choose. When it comes to good books, that may be scriptures you read or you like, that may be something which is biography of someone you like, or maybe some interesting motivating stories you like, maybe some novel you like. So it depends. Anything which renders some amount of intellect or some amount of peace, or you know brings something good in you, inculcates something positive in you, induces something motivating in you. So this is one aspect of self study. So understanding swadhyaya as self study, this could be one aspect. When it comes to the next different things, like developing friendship with good people, those who have expanded vision, or at least morally they are sound, by nature they are positive, you know so if that is there, that could be beneficial to you. Or friendship with people of whichever kind of property you want to inculcate in you know though sometimes there are contradictory sayings as well as in favor of. So both are there. Like there is a saying in Hindi, we say संगत से गुण होते हैं, संगत से गुण जात. All right. If you live with, I mean, with the company, you develop certain qualities, and due to certain companies, you may lose some qualities of yours. So it depends. All right. So in whichever kind of company, in friendship or in association you live, you know, definitely get affected by that. Some or the other qualities comes in or you release, depends. All right. But on a contrary note, I must let you know that also sometimes it happens that you develop a quality of choosing only good in whichever company you are. So on that there is a couplet by Kavi Rahim in Hindi, all right, of olden time, and that is जो रहीम उत्तम प्रकृति के का कर सकत कुसंग चंदन वीस व्यापत नहीं लिपटे रहत भुजंग. So what he says, a person who is there with high moral, the person who is with a positive attitude, will never lose his qualities, even if he is staying in bad company. All right. As similar as on a sandalwood tree, snakes keep, rolling around, but still, the sandalwood doesn't get affected. It doesn't get poisonous. All right. So this we must understand. In whichever company you are, which is fine, but you are grasping only positive. But make sure that yes, if you live or if you associate with a bad company, if you live in a bad company, obviously it will affect you negatively as well. You might not be inculcating or bringing that, negative qualities in you, but due to the scenario and circumstances, you may bound to be get in trouble one or the other day, because you are into that kind of category, you are into that kind of company. All right. So this has to be taken care well, in what kind of association you want to live or you do not want to live. You must choose it. It should not happen by default. You should be voluntarily taking part into this process and choosing a company for yourself. All right. Choosing a genre for yourself. What kind of people, what kind of situations, what kind of scenario, what kind of atmosphere you like, accordingly you should choose things. You should choose company, you should choose associations. All right. So we dealt with the two general aspects of self study. One is like studying good books. In very general perspective, we understand the moment you term swadhyaya, it relates to that, studying something good or staying in association with some good people. Fine. There is, as such, there is nothing good or bad. That frame of reference decides, you know, that is compared and understood with certain frame of reference, with respect to which we say, okay, fine, this is good, that is bad. Fine. So that makes a difference on different mode. So that is that. But now I would like to take you, you know, into, I'd like to take you into the second and deeper aspects of understanding of Swadhyaya, all right, which is needful to understand for us, which we must, you know, understand, inculcate, and live up to that. At least try to bring something in yourself, all right, while bringing that quality into practice, not only in thoughts or sayings, but into practice. Okay. Well, so the deeper aspect of Swadhyaya is not just self study, rather, study of self. Isn't it interesting? Till now, we have been understanding Swadhyaya as the self study. That's done. But now, I'm saying it is not just about self study, but a study of the self. All right, at all possible dimensions of your existence. All right, not just the bodily aspects, not just the mental existence. All right, but yes, at least start from whichever aspect you want. All right, so this is this. Let us understand what is this, a study of self. In previous topics, I must have, said something about a word called self introspection. If not, let's understand it now. So, self introspection is one of the important factors which slowly leads you to the complete understanding and practice of the study of self. So, right from the morning till night, till going to the bed, you know, whatever we are performing as an activity in our daily life, for yourself or for others, you know, whatever, you must be very aware about. Your complete attention must be there. These are small little activities, but these are needful and these are important to practice. These are very, very essential to bring into practice, because these are the activities which are slowly going to lead you towards the broader aspects of understanding of study of self through self introspection. All right. So now, as I said, self introspection associates with small little things like observing every little activity you do, observing every thoughts occurring in the mind, paying attention to that, evaluating that, whether it is really needful to you or it is simply coming in the mind randomly. That must be evaluated and understood well. If it is essential, if it is needful, let it be there. Keep it safe, keep it with you. All right. But in case if it is not essential, if it is not needful, then decline it, discard it, just eliminate it from the mind. All right. Because the more you keep it empty, the more you have the capacity to receive. Isn't so? Hmm? It is, right? Like your phone has, limited amount of memory, right? Whatever GB, 64, 128, whatever. Just imagine a time comes when the memory is full. Is it possible for the device to save some new file or data? Of course, not possible because there is no space. Similarly, this will happen with the mind as well. So, things which are not important, the thoughts which are not important, the actions which are not important to you, just let them go. Okay? This has to be understood well. If you understood this, you know, if you understood this, you will be actually slowly and steadily achieving and understanding the major part, which is, the which is the self introspection. And then slowly the self introspection itself will be leading you to the study of self. All right. So start this from now, from today, from this very moment. All right. Remember, Swadhyaya means, in general aspect, the self study, which relates to good books, good company, and such a number of things. And with broader aspects of that, connects you to the study of self through. Why this through? Because this through is the tool to connect you to yourself, to connect you to that goal. All right. I always say, as I always say, that for any activity, there must be, a tool introduced which helps you to make that process, make that activity easier. All right. So start observing from this very moment. Start observing your thoughts. Start observing your actions. Start observing very yourself. And slowly you will be finding that you are doing one phase of the work, which is self introspection. All right. And then slowly it will lead you to that. There is no rocket science to it. Fine. I won't be telling you like chakras, samadhis, big words like that. those are not required right now. All right, just to start with this small simple activity, you know, and these simple small activities will certainly connect you to the goal, the broader and better understanding of yourself. All right, so we conclude now. Om asato ma sadgamaya tamso ma jyotirgamaya mrityormamritam gamaya mrityormamritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Thank you. Thanks for your kind cooperation. Hari Om. That's it.